Hey everybody, sorry about that silence. Um, my OBS hasn't been launched in a little bit. It's a little rusty. Apologize. But the gremlins are slain, and you all should be able to hear the lovely tones of my lovely voice. My name is Travis. My pronouns are he and they. When I'm not running games on this channel, I am writing them. And today, it is my honor, my pleasure to lead this group of intrepid adventurers through uh, The Curious Cats of Mao, Mysteries and Secrets, episode 2, season 2. When last we met, the adventurers, after a lengthy travel from the monarchies, investigating a homicide, a murder, a dogicide. Um, the clues pointed to the city of Houndton. So the group has traveled all the way from the monarchies here to now inside the realms of Pugmire, where they are going to be heading into the city of Houndton to get some answers. But before we dive into that, couple things I just want to make sure that I am spreading the word about. First and foremost, most importantly, uh, the Realms of Pugmire, the second edition Pugmire core book, is now available in POD and PDF over at DriveThruRPG. That's right, you can get yourself going in the most current edition of Realms of Pugmire. Uh, Books right there, PDF, POD. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's good to see it finally out there in the world. You also can pick up um, a copy of Threats and Curs, the uh, creature collection, monster manual, book of bad guys, if you will, for Realms of Pugmire. That's also available in both POD and PDF. I have a beautiful POD version of that over on my bookshelf myself. Highly recommend picking it up. It was a lot of fun to work on. There's a lot of cool creatures in there. Um, Now that the bills are paid, let's go ahead and do our introductions. We'll kick things off with Sarah. If you could, please tell us who you are, what you do, who you are playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you'd like to promote.
I am Sarah Schreineber, she, her. I play Rouge, she, her. I forgot my name for a second. That was weird. Um, I am neither an honor nor a pleasure to be around. So I just want to make sure nobody's expecting that from me. And I talk about Bigfoot and Twin Peaks and writing on the internet and places as Wordsmith Sarah, and that's about it.
Thank you so much. And next up, that leads us over to Rachel. Please give us your pertinence.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I am she, her. I'm stolen fires pretty much everywhere on the internet. And I will be playing the Black Torpedo Cat Lucy after my own cat Lucifer.
Excellent. And last but not least, that brings us to Mike. Mike, your pertinence, please.
Hey guys, I'm Mike Mutant, and I am for sure an honor and privilege to be around. But yeah, I am playing Buddy, both of us, he, him. And yeah, you can find me pretty much anywhere at Mike Mutant. And yeah, I make
Ec-
comics and stuff.
Excellent, rock and roll. And Milena will be joining us shortly, but I am wearing a shirt that she drew. It's available in her online store. Um, so it's been a minute since we've been here. We've had life has happened, but we've all returned. We've all survived it, and here we go, ready to rock and roll. So we last met, you were on the outskirts of Houndton. The clouds had gathered above the city. Lightning had forked in the sky, and you could see the various sort of flying buttresses and Gothic architecture of the city, but in particular, one rather large castle um, sort of looming over the rest of it. Um, as you reach the city limits, a slight drizzle starts to begin, and you find there's basically a pair of guards that are posted, one on either side of the doorway of the road, I guess I should say, leading into the town. They don't seem particularly animated. They kind of grumble, kind of grumbling, talking to one another as you approach. Are you going to say anything to them, or are you just going to move on past?
I think if they don't command attention or ask to be or say anything, I'm just gonna keep walking.
Right on. They kind of nod at you as you're walking by. You can see that could be concern or fear, might be judgment. There's something kind of unpleasant in the expressions as they look at you as you walk past. Might just be that they're not used to seeing a whole lot of cats in this neck of the woods. This is a little bit inland for a whole lot of cats. So you clock you will definitely be drawing a little attention as you move through. But speak of the devil, Milena just popped in, so stick around, hold tight. We'll be right back to rejoin you once we've let her in. One moment. Hey everybody, welcome back. Milena has joined us. Milena, if you could, please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Cool. My name is Milena. I'm she, they. I'm playing Bones, who is she, they, whatever you want to call her, them, it. She's more of a creature than anything else.
It's fair.
In real life, I'm a illustrator and movement coach and aerialist in Illinois. And if you are in the Illinois area, I have new classes coming up in January that you can join, and you can come learn how to do aerial silks or Tai Chi or Kung Fu. I would love to have you. So you can DM me on Instagram at Milena-untamed_untamed, and I will message you the deets if you want.
Rock and roll. I'll throw that in the chat as well. That's on Instagram, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So as I was just explaining to folks before you blew in the door, y'all had made your way to Houndton. The rains were starting to fall, and the group was slowly making their way past some guards. These guards were giving kind of some side eye to your group as you walk by, but they don't really engage you. And so far, no one has engaged them. I assume Bones is not going to go picking any sort of fights or drawing any sort of attack. Is that?
No, this is not Holland. Holland would be like guards.
Okay, right. My favorite meal. Exactly. But no, not in this world. In this world, you make your way into the city. The mist of rain is an annoyance, but it doesn't seem to be enough to deter the population of Houndton as you see dogs sort of making their way back and forth, going about their daily business. Very few of them are actually looking in your direction, and the ones that do seem to be almost like they glance at you and then they sort of quickly look away. You even do catch a couple people sort of scowling at you, giving a little bit of the stink eye.
I am oblivious to this. I choose to roll a nat 1 on perception about this.
Sure, that's fair. What about the rest of you?
Could I make like a notice check to try and figure out what their deal is?
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll me? Let's see. What skills were you thinking of using? In particular?
Oh, notice.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll a cunning. Well, actually, this would probably be more sense motive off of presence. But if you wanted to roll a cunning notice with a hindrance, I would let you do that.
Oh, I have sense motive.
You could choose to do that if you wanted to. It's up to you.
All right, I'll roll notice. You roll sense motive.
Sure. I feel like I would have noticed that you were uncomfortable. It's like, fine, what's their deal?
Oh wow! I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Nice.
So you rolled the roll that I wanted.
Unfortunately, that was a hindrance and not a boon, so the nat 1 will stand. You're pretty sure that these people are, just probably bothered by the rain and totally otherwise friendly. You should probably go up and talk to one of them. What about you, Bones? Go ahead.
I got an 11.
You're pretty sure these people are annoyed, probably because you're cats, and you know enough to know that the relations between the realms and the monarchies are, it's fair to say, strained at the moment.
Oh, so I will hold what's your character's name? It's Lucy's. I'll hold Lucy's hand and be like, "It's okay. It's not about you." Paw, paw to paw. I'll touch her beans.
Right on. As you're moving through the space, is there anything in particular that you'd like to do? As I said, you're seeing some cats, or some cats. You're seeing some dogs moving around, mostly in a rush, as if they're heading to their work or heading home from work, dealing with their responsibilities, as it were. You're free to try to stop one of them, or you're free to look for an inn or a place like that. I don't believe any of you, even Buddy, have actually been to Houndton before. Is that correct?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Yep. So you would need to do a little bit of wandering to find an inn or ask someone for directions. It
I
is
do
up
have
to you.
nearby expert as a trick.
Okay. Would you like to use that?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, yeah, you know a guy who lives in Houndton. His name is Alistair.
Ooh.
Probably.
He has got quite a reputation for moving all around the known world. He's lived in multiple of the cities under Pugmire's umbrella. He's lived in like 4 different of the monarchies. He spent some time in Port Matthew. He spent some time even out at islands out at sea. He's sort of a purveyor of unusual and strange knowledge. And if you recall properly, you know his address and should be able to sort out the way there. When you arrive, it's a fairly simple looking storefront. Out front of that fairly simple looking storefront, there's a little sign hanging. It says Alistair's Oddities. You can see the lights inside.
What?
I'm gonna peek through the window first, like I'm gonna clean. I'm assuming there's dust on the window for some reason. So I'm gonna
All right.
looking for bones, things. There's usually bones in these places.
Go ahead and make a notice check.
Okay. So that was a 19 on the dice. That's a skill I have, so that's +2 experience bonus, right?
Correct.
That's 21, and that's plus cunning or intellect.
It's cunning for notice.
So that's 23.
Nice. Yeah, so as you're looking in, you immediately clock several things. You can see there are bookshelves lining all the walls. Some of the books are even close enough that you can get a peek at the spine.
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to recognize some of the titles. There are books on all manner of unseen, books on necromancy, books on the history of the war of cats and dogs, all sorts of things really. Above and beyond that, you notice that in front of the bookshelves, so you'll have like the bookshelves are against the walls. There's enough space probably for you'd imagine a dog
Mm-hmm.
and a cat to walk side by side, shoulder to shoulder, and then beyond that space is another rack, and these racks have various knickknacks on them. Some of them you do see are in fact seem to be bone constructed.
Yay!
But there's also a lot of plastic and even some metallic construction to some of these things. And then, of course, you see Alistair, a Pomeranian,
Cute!
sitting.
I was not expecting that.
Sitting behind the desk, thumbing through a book.
I go to walk in now.
Yeah!
Hello, old friend.
Buddy, it's been forever. I haven't seen you in an age. What brings you to
But,
Houndton?
I was hoping you got some information for me.
Oh, I have plenty of information. What enlightenment do you seek?
And then I would kind of fill him in on like the murder, and I forgot the town we were from.
The town that you had initially left from was Kalen. It's in, I believe, Rex.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll let him know about the murder and that we've been
No, it's within
commissioned.
Korad. I'm sorry. Go on.
We've been commissioned to try to solve what's been going on there. If he knew anything about that.
So word coming from the monarchies is pretty slow. What with the uh, degradation of the well, how do you say, the diplomatic relations, I guess. So there's not nearly as frequent travel. I haven't heard much. No. Um, I do know that there have been some shipments coming in by way of Waterdog Port that I do believe are originating from Korat. Those may be related. It's possible.
Is there a name of someone I should be looking for as
Well,
far as like contacts?
I would suggest if you're seeking out, based on that signet ring that you've gathered among the evidence that you have, that seems to be connected to the Golden Labrador family.
Golden Labrador family.
You can find them in Greyhoundton, the most easterly of the towns that make up Houndton itself. Specifically, this is where warehouses can be found. Of course, you did not hear this from me,
Obviously, you know me.
but I'm told the Golden Labradors have shipping interests in that region. They may be the ones who are bringing in these shipments from Korat. So if you're seeking a connection, I would start there.
Thanks, Alistair.
Of course.
Hi, hi,
Is there anything I can? Oh, hello.
hi. Which of these bones can I get for some coin?
Well, I suppose it would depend on how much coin. What is it that you're looking for? Is there something
Fingers,
specific?
fingers. Also a collarbone would be nice. And if you have a jaw of any kind.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, I have the finger bone of a thief. I'm told that's a useful mystical component. Uh, collarbones. They seem to be fresh out of collarbones. But I do have some jaws. Do you want a jaw not part of a skull? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, just the bottom teeth.
Okay, okay. I believe I can make something like that work. One moment. And he walks him back. Comes out carrying a jaw that's like probably about his size. He's kind of a tiny guy.
No. Like I'm like sparkling if this was an anime.
He says, "Yes, I'm not sure what sort of beast this came off of, but it was brought to me amongst some various treasures that I had, some adventures I was doing business with had acquired." And he sets it down. He says, whew, that's quite a bit. I could probably let the whole thing go. For some coins. How does that sound?"
I just give him all of my money. I know I should be buying like a necromancy book. Like
How much?
I,
How much do you have on your coin tracker right now?
I have a few coins.
All right. He says he looks down at it and goes, "I don't think that's quite enough to cover it."
My ears droop. Oh, okay.
Can I
Well,
just cover the difference?
You absolutely can. How much do you
what?
have on you?
I have some coins.
Yeah, you can cover the difference. It'll drop you down to a few coins, but you can certainly do it.
Thank you, Roche. Thank you, thank you. I'm like holding onto the hem of their robe. Like, thank you. Where am I gonna put these bones? You don't ask me that.
If you want them, there you go. No big deal.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
He
As
seems to put a lot of money and resources into bones that we're not sure what they do yet. If that's all.
I mean, it's not all my resources.
What's Doy getting?
I'm so
Love-
happy. Also, time out, but I just noticed Travis is wearing my shirt. Thank you. I
Damn.
love you.
It's true. And I believe the store, I had actually mentioned this earlier, the store link for that's on your Instagram as well, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank
So,
you, Travis.
yeah. Thank
And
you.
thank you, Mr. Alistair. And I'm trying to shove the jawbone into my carry purse. And it's like sticking out.
It absolutely is sticking out. In fact, you have to kind of like hook it over your shoulder to carry it while you're walking. It's a big jawbone. Looks like it probably
Love it.
belongs
Like an
to
alligator's
a
jawbone.
rather large creature, yes.
Excited.
The weapon's a little boomerang.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere else or anything else you would like to pursue before you start making your way over to Greyhoundton?
Unless they want to do something.
Nothing particular? All right. In that
Can't
case,
think of nothing.
you make your way down to the east. As you meander through the city, you notice the glowing lights of an evening festival. Slow drum-filled music steadily thumps a pulsing beat. As you weave your way deeper into the city, you see the edge of a large building ahead. You've... One second. Just making sure we didn't lose... I lost
haven't
us,
seen Rachel
but
in a
we
while.
didn't lose us.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh,
Lucy's just hanging out.
Lucy, did you see my jaw?
Yes, sorry, we had a technical difficulty there for a moment. A little hiccup, one might say. Yeah, as you're weaving your way toward into Greyhoundton, you can see the edge of a large building ahead. You've discovered the warehouse of the Golden Labradors, and luckily or unluckily, you're not sure yet, there appears to be a large meeting of the dogs happening right now. They're a rough-looking crowd, but there is some distinction within the family. Some clearly have more money than others, although those who have fewer jewels and stylish ruffs have the beef and brawn of dogs who might actually work in the warehouse. Two older dogs hug one another, one dressed in fine clothes and the other in a crisp canvas apron with a small gold star pinned on its upper corner. They look so alike they must be brothers. This must be where the family line split. There are 15 dogs in the main area out front of the warehouse, and likely many more inside. do you want to kind of make your way up and start interacting with them, or do you want to hang back and try to watch them? Do you want to?
I need to probably like observe like the I guess like the hierarchy and like the way things are kind of done around here before I just approach somebody.
Sure. So you're hanging back, or let's get some sneaking rolls from the lot of you. Um, so let's do agility and sneak if you are if you know the sneak skill. We'll add your experience bonus to that agility check.
Do we all have to roll?
Yes.
Yikes.
Do we have a save your ass thing?
A what?
A save your ass thing? Like a
Oh, fortune. Yeah,
Fortune.
yeah. There's two fortune in the fortune bowl right now.
Can I spend one to re-roll or something?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
Because I have a really good stats and that was gonna be fucked.
Right on.
I got
I
a
rolled-
10.
I rolled an 8.
Looks like Lucy's having no problem hiding. And what did
I also got a 10.
all right. So Lucy, you just sort of like disappear into the shadows. um,
It's not usually a problem for me, but here we are.
yeah. Honestly, they don't really seem to react much to the two of you until they clock Buddy. You got an 8, you said on yours?
Yes.
Um, one of them kind of walks up, starts heading your direction. Says, something I can do for you, friend?
I'm just hanging out and just doing a bit of research.
Researching what exactly?
Well you see, you might have heard me, I'm Buddy. I'm a writer. I'm just kind of scouting around for more information on some books. I'm in a bit of a writer's block, so just trying to gain some experience and stories so I can have some writing inspiration.
Well, that's all well and good, but perhaps you should seek your inspiration elsewhere, friend. We have some things going on here and don't need outsiders sniffing about. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, sure. Um, but is there perhaps someone in charge I can talk to? I don't know if you know me, but have you heard of Watchdogs? That's me. Um, what's the oh shit? I had another clever V for Vendetta joke, but I just don't remember. Oh, I think it was like Awe for Rebellion. I don't know.
Yes, I'm certain it's quite wonderful literature that you're responsible for, but uh, as I said, we're conducting some family business right now. While this interaction is going on, Lucy, you're really well hidden. Nobody can see you. You're in the shadows, and you have a pretty good vantage point. You can see that there are a couple of people in this dog's family that seem to be getting a little bit nervous, kind of checking their weapons, not necessarily drawing them, but like, groping at the handles, getting ready to. But let's get a notice roll from you as well. And let's go ahead and have you have a boon on that roll because of your vantage point. So that's going to be cunning notice.
Dirty 20,
Glorious.
and then a 13. So yeah, dirty 20.
While they're talking, you can sort of see pulling up around the other side of the warehouse. You see a carriage. The carriage unloads, and you see a dog with gleaming golden fur, chin held high, walking with a small entourage of cats in tow, come pouring out of the carriage. She's wearing a set of blood red robes covered in intricate embroidery, and the cats are all cloaked in dark purple robes.
Okay, should that mean anything to me?
Well, why don't you go ahead and give me, I would say you could do no arcana, no culture, or no history.
I have none of those.
All right, you can do a straight up intellect roll and hope for the best.
My intellect is 0, so this is going to be a straight D20 roll. 13.
All right. Something is very familiar about this, but you just can't quite put your finger on it. However, you do recognize the red robe that the dog is wearing is tattered a little bit. A little bit is torn off the sleeve. That little bit matches a piece of red cloth that you found at the scene of the murder.
J'accuse.
All right, so I have 2 sets of rations on me, so I'm gonna like fish a cracker or something out of one of them and just like try and throw it at Buddy to get his attention.
Okay. um, while this exchange is going on with Buddy and Lucifer's watching from the shadows, what are Bones and Rouge doing?
We didn't really get noticed, did we?
They noticed you. You didn't like hide well, but they don't seem to be paying like their attention right now seems to be very focused on Buddy specifically. Um, it may even seem to Bones that like they're choosing to talk to
They're being
Buddy.
racist.
Sure, yeah, that's one way to put it, I suppose.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're definitely being a little standoffish to you because you're cats.
Hmm. Um, do I see what Lucy sees as well?
You can make a notice check, but you're going to be at a hindrance.
But I do have no history as well. So we'll see. Hopefully I notice. Then
Yeah.
hopefully I can know what it's about.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it comes out.
18.
Okay. So yeah, you do notice. Did you make that with a hindrance? So you got to roll twice to take the lower.
Oh yeah. 12.
Okay. You see the carriage, but you don't really make out what's going on. You can see that. I would say you probably are aware enough of where Lucy's at that you can clock that she is seeing something for sure, but you're not sure what.
Okay.
What about Rouge? What's Rouge doing during all this?
Probably just observing quietly.
Right on. In the midst of all this, another golden furred dog comes walking up and sort of pats the fellow that you're speaking with on the shoulder. And they say, she's arrived. Let's button up whatever it is this is you have going on.
Can I do something a little silly and quirky real quick?
Sure.
Um, it says, let me see. It says I can recall, or no, I could spend a fortune to declare that a previously unknown NPC or expert is a friend or peer on good terms with me. But instead of that, can I say that like someone else like in charge or like a higher up is like just a fan of mine and like knows me like off visual?
If everybody's okay with you spending the last fortune on that, yeah, that's fine. Do we have agreement?
Yeah, I don't care.
All
Get
right.
me in good grace with somebody here.
Rock
Okay,
and
go
roll.
do it.
What's up?
Do it.
All right. So yeah, in that case, you this guy who's sort of tapping the fellow you're speaking to on the shoulder kind of squints and looks at you and says, "Are you Buddy?"
Oh yeah, someone here knows who I am. Yes, it's Buddy.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. I'm a huge fan of your work. Yeah. I wish I had my copy of Watch Dogs with me. Um, Bad timing, I suppose. Was Did you need something? Or
Well, yeah, I was just doing a bit of research for my next project, actually, and I was just wondering if I could just like, I don't know, have a chat with some of you over here and just kind of get, um, just what's the word? If you can be like my sources of inspiration, muse, if you will, for my next project.
Oh wow, I would really love that. Can we get together tomorrow, or can I meet you after this? This thing we got going on is kind of a family only deal. It's private, but I can, we should be done before too long.
For sure, we can meet tomorrow. I'd actually like to talk to whoever's in charge too. Maybe you can sneak that, into a possibility with me.
I can mention it to her, but uh, I don't know. She's very busy.
That's fair. Well, you know. Just so everyone's clear, like discretion is key with me. All of my work's inspired by real people, So and no one ever find out, who those people were about. So I would just like to talk to somebody.
I'll mention that. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. And he tugs on his cousin's shirt and says, "Come on, we got to go. We got to hurry up." And they start making their way back inside. You see all the people who've sort of gathered outside the warehouse sort of pouring in.
I'd back up a little bit then and just kind of fall back before there's like 15 people here. We can't handle them.
Yeah, they all eventually in a matter of moments really, they all make their way inside. What would you like to do?
I'm falling back.
Do what? I'm sorry.
I'm falling back. Like I'm gonna start heading out of here before things get ugly.
Okay. So now, Lucy, you're still standing in your vantage point, right?
Yes.
You see, once everybody's inside, they lock the doors, and then you see 6 carts wheeled into the room, and you see the golden furred dog in the red robe reach into like a bowl that is brought out, and she pulls up a paw full of black dirt that's sort of falling over the edges of her hand of her paws, and with that paw full of black dirt, starts walking over to the carts that were wheeled in. With her other paw, the one that doesn't have anything in it, she pulls a cover back on that cart, revealing what appears to be the corpse of a dog.
Oh shit. Is it obvious how the dog died, like stab wounds or anything like that?
You can't see from here for sure.
Okay.
Next, she walks over and uh, pulls back another one. This time, a cat.
Oh no.
Rubbing dirt on its head, and sure enough, it sits up. She starts to make her way through the rest of the carts. Are you going to inform the others of what you've seen?
Uh, yeah, so she's like is she bringing them back to life or is she reanimating them?
She seems to be reanimating them, turning them into zombies.
Okay. Yeah, I'll slip out and join the rest of the group. Uh, yeah, she is waking up the dead.
What? That's so cool.
She's doing it in an uncool way, though.
No, that is kind of cool.
Travis, is
Yeah.
this the same dirt that I tasted?
Oh
Um.
This is definitely
no.
dirt.
Don't we have
Yes,
some? Don't we have some of that dirt?
you do, I believe.
Cool. Cool. I feel like that was my brightest moment. I kind of am curious. Somebody hold me back because I want to go see what's happening. Hold me
Yeah.
back, coach. Hold me back.
Me, the player, wants to also see what happens, but I think a buddy would be like, maybe not. So I'll hold you back.
All right.
But don't you want to know how fresh those bones are?
Well, I don't want to become one of those bones.
Hmm. Hmm. How are we gonna find out more about these? Hmm.
I mean, what is she doing with them? Like, people would notice, right? If zombies just started walking out of her house.
You'd think so. I mean, this is a warehouse. You can assume that it's owned by her family. It seems to be a safe assumption. You're not sure if there's any sort of underground entryway that they might be able to leave out of, or they may, have some other nefarious purpose for them. It's hard to say. You have dropped down from that vantage point though, so you can no longer see in the windows easily. Um, if you're waiting for a few more minutes, you start to see a couple of the family members walk out, walk out the front door, start making their way in different directions, parting ways.
Who should we follow?
Should we split up?
We should.
Each of us follows one family member.
I think each one of us should follow a batch of other people for sure. We should wait for the person in the carriage, right? See where they go to.
Sure, yeah, you can wait. You can try to go like sneak around the back and try to watch the carriage.
Yeah,
All right, let's go ahead and have everybody make a agility stealth roll, please.
I'd be the farthest away. This I'm really bad at stuff, so I'd just be like almost useless. I'd kind of just be like way a little too
So
far
you're gonna
back.
kind of wander off and be a distraction.
Kinda, yeah.
If you'd
I'm
like,
down with that.
I'll treat that as helping, so everybody else can have a boon on their stealth check.
18.
23.
Nice.
It's a good, like, the 10 was because I rolled a 5 the second time. I have a good stat for real on something.
And what about
I
for Lucy?
I rolled a 6.
You have
Can I
You have a boon though.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, because Buddy's being a distraction, basically.
13.
All right, it's a little better. Um, you all sort of fall around the back of the carriage. Um, the doors open, and you see the woman in red come walking out. She's got 2 of the 6 cats that were in tow with her. The rest of the cats appear to be still inside. You all see a slight glimpse through the cracked door for a moment of movement from uh, what you're assuming is from the zombies inside. And you hear what appears to be some like muffled growls and barking and yiping. Um, Sounds like something very terrible is happening to a dog who's been gagged inside.
Oh, no.
But she and the 2, um, what you can clearly now make out as Mancers, start walking up to get into the carriage and leave. Now you can go ahead and make a. You said you had a no history or no religion, Bones.
Hmm. I have no history
All right, go ahead and make a no history
and
roll.
no arcana as well.
All right, I'll let you roll it with a boon since you have both.
It like landed on 13 and then it fell off my notebook into a 7.
Womp womp.
But then it was the first roll was an 8. So that's plus 2 experience bonus, 9, 10, plus intellect.
Yep,
That's 14.
it's right on the tip of your tongue. You know something about conspiracy involving cats, dogs, involving going back to the war of cats and dogs, but you can't quite put your finger on it. But you're definitely sure that these people are seem to be involved in some similar, if not the same, conspiracy.
Okay. I'll try my best to be like, it's a conspiracy about cats and dogs and there's things and stuff with information. Helpful information.
as,
You're welcome.
as they're getting on board, one of the cats kind of cocks their head to the side. Now, where is Lucy hiding in relation to this carriage? What was your plan?
Uh, Probably to take the high ground and like follow it by like running along the tops of the roofs.
Okay. Um, you see one of the Mancers kind of look up, and you're pretty sure they've made you. You're pretty sure they recognized you. Is there anything you'd like to do in response before they take an action of some kind?
I'm gonna flatten myself against the roof and just wait, and hope that they keep going and I can catch up later.
Okay. The rest of you, are you taking any action, or are you just going to try to hold off and wait and see what happens?
I think waiting's probably the best idea right now.
All right. As the woman in red gets into the carriage, the one Mancer who did not look up gets into the carriage. But the one who did look up steps back as the carriage takes off, and they hiss in your direction. I would like you to make a vitality test at difficulty 17 for me, please,
Oh no.
Lucy.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, excellent. You managed to shrug off this horrendous curse that was just spat at you. It's very obvious to all of you who are present that this was definite aggression as the carriage starts taking off quickly down the road. This Mancer spins. It seems to be actually putting all their attention toward Lucy right now, so they haven't even really noticed the rest of you. So let's go ahead and get initiative rolls. What do you say?
I guess so, boss. You're the boss. Initiative, let's go.
What do we add to initiative again? Oh, never mind.
Your agility.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 1. Does it mean I don't get a turn at all?
No, you still get to add your agility.
Oh, I got a 2.
13.
12.
At least I didn't waste a good roll on agility, honestly.
So I got 12 from Lucy. I got what from Bones?
2.
2. Buddy?
Nice.
I got 13.
13. And Rouge.
6.
Excellent. I'll go ahead and drop a d20 for our good friend, the wizard. Natural 1 on the initiative for the Mancer. So that's going to give them a 1. First action is buddies. What would you like to do?
So where am I on this here?
So we're gonna assume. I don't know if you all can see the map I've dropped. But we're going to assume that Lucy is probably, once I can find her. So Lucy's probably like up top on the roof of this building. Buddy, you are distracting folks, so I'm going to put you over here. And the two of you will be here kind of hiding in this doorway. So Lucy's probably 20 feet up above our
Quick
Mancer from-
question. How do I get the people's boxes to be small again in Roll20?
Get what?
Everybody's
Oh.
faces, they're like huge.
You go to my settings,
Uh-huh.
and then you go to audio video, and then
yeah.
video display, and then
Uh-huh.
player video avatar size.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. So, what do you have, buddy?
Since I see that he's attacking, I'm gonna use Seeking Stingers on him.
Wonderful.
Forgot. What do I roll? Seeking.
Just straight D4s, I do believe.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Do
So
I get like any boost since I'm level 3 now, or is
no,
it
it's
just the same?
you can spend more spell points to increase it. So it starts out at 3d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. No, I take that back. Yep. Yeah. So it's 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier per stinger, and then you can add 2 more stingers per spell point that you spend beyond the first.
Okay, so I will do 2 spell points. So that brings me to, let me get that there, 7. It's 2 each level, right?
No, it's just two per spell point you spend.
Okay, so 4 total.
If you're spending a total of 2,
Yeah.
it would be 3 and then 5 total. Because you get 3 for
5.
the first one and then 2 for the second.
Okay, so 5d4, so 15 plus, but there's like a plus 3 to each of those, right? So, um, bad at math. 3 times 5, right? So 15, so 30 points of damage.
Nice. You let go of these seeking stingers and they just pelt this dude left, right, and center, shredding into his robe and definitely giving him a bad day, but not so bad that it's put him down. He is still up and now very, very, very visibly angry. That
Like,
brings us to Lucy. What would you like to do?
Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna fire my flintlock, uh, sort of under the assumption that my friends have acclimated to the sound, but these people might panic.
Sure, that's fair. It's worth a shot.
literally.
So,
That is a 12 to hit.
all right, 1 second. The 12 does not hit. You fire, and the bullet looks like it would get purchase, but a shimmering field of magical energy appears around your target, preventing him from taking a wound. The rest of you, go ahead and make a presence test at difficulty 15 with a boon.
$16.
I just hit it.
All right, excellent. No gunpowder panic for either of you. How about for Buddy?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't roll. I gotta, sorry. 18.
All right, so you're all good. None of you have undergone gunpowder panic. Let's see about our friend. Does our friend withstand it?
No, 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 no.
No, he falls to gunpowder panic.
Woo!
He puts his paws over his ears and starts hissing, and you can see his hair kind of standing up on end, and he's sort of spinning about, just very, very, very upset. He is currently deafened and frightened of Lucy.
Well, that was more the goal than hitting him to begin with, so.
That's fair. Did you include your? Cause don't you have like double your experience bonus now when you're shooting?
Oh, I do. Oh, yeah, I do.
So what was that total? Because that might have hit him.
That would have been what did I roll? I rolled a 12, so that would have been a 14.
Okay, yeah, no, still didn't hit him, but a good shot. But yeah, now he is under gunpowder panic. So that will bring us to Rouge. What do you got?
Oh, I'm unmuted. That's boss. Um, I guess I have to run up on him and cut him with my fucking cutlass.
All right, you will have to scale the side of the building, but that's not a problem.
Meow.
I don't know what is going on with Zoom is acting a little bit funky.
I don't know.
So
I'm just meowing.
forgive me.
Funky town. Funky town.
All right. But yeah, you should be able to clear that movement, no problem. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Like that? Where I moved to?
Yep.
Okay. It's gonna be a 23.
That will absolutely hit.
That's 2.
2 on the dice.
2 damage.
Okay. Don't forget you also add your if you're using agility to hit, you add your agility. If you're using might to hit, you add your might.
Oh, then it's 5.
All right, rock and roll. You stab him in the side. He hisses, but is still up. And that brings us to Bones. What do you got, Bones?
Eldritch Blast.
Beautiful. Go ahead and give me that attack roll, please.
Like, I never got it before, but now that I have Eldritch Blast, I get why you guys always Eldritch Blast. Like, it costs nothing. It's like
And
easy
it's
damage.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. 20, not 20, baby.
Oh,
Does
no
that mean I
shit.
get double damage?
Yeah, it does. So you roll twice the dice and then add your bonus normally.
He's gonna explode.
13. 13 damage, and then the experience bonus is what I had,
You add your spellcasting bonus.
which is what?
Your Mancer, I think it's intellect.
Oh, the 17.
Excellent. So you let go with an Eldritch Blast, and like almost in slow-mo, it hits him under the jaw, and you like you're close enough, Rouge, to like see and even hear, because you're not deafened by the gunpowder panic. The lower teeth like clank loudly into the upper teeth. And he like flies up about a foot and then drops on the ground. He is straight up unconscious. That was not quite sufficient to kill him. He is absolutely not. You reduced him to exactly 0 HP.
Holy shit. I feel like I'm like, did I do that? Like,
What would you like to do now that you have him on the ground?
collect his bones. No, he's not dead yet. Do we drag him and put him in some sort of closet or something? Or do we tie him up and ask him questions?
Well, to
I mean,
you.
not the worst idea to take him prisoner, although there will probably be consequences for doing that.
I mean,
Listen,
it's fair to assume.
I'm not the plans person.
Well, also remember, you are right outside of that warehouse. There's still people in the warehouse. Nobody's come out to respond to this yet, but you do know not everybody that was in there left.
I want to smolder him.
Did you say smother him?
Yeah.
I mean, that is an option, I suppose.
No, I'm asking, like, I'm saying,
Oh.
like, I'm gonna.
um, um, I don't know what to do. Like, I've never succeeded before.
Just giant paw on his like face and just like.
Is anybody going to stop Buddy from suffocating this poor cat to death?
Yes.
Or
I mean, we
Try to
could
kill
question him, take him prisoner, use him as a hostage.
That's what I said.
I mean, they're about to come out right now. We might not have time for all that.
You could. Nobody's come out the door yet, so if you wanted to try to drag the body like off into an alley or something, you're welcome to do so.
Fine. I'll drag him over my shoulder.
All right. You drag him into a somewhat secluded area, a place where you're fairly confident nobody will see. He is still unconscious. You're welcome to slap him a couple times to wake him up, or you can wait, or you can tie him up. It's up to you.
We should tie him up, probably.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
I'm gonna break his
Any of
fingers.
you have rope in your rucksack?
I think
I do.
Excellent. You
I have 50 feet of rope.
that is enough. You tie him up. By the time you get him tied, he stirs awake.
Hello.
Don't you know it's rude to curse strangers?
Spies, not strangers.
Well, spies can be strangers too. It's not mutually exclusive.
I'm just like in the corner. Like,
Your actions will not affect our plan. You understand?
And what's your plan exactly, anyway?
That's really not something I'm at liberty to discuss, especially with the likes of you.
can I try to persuade him?
Yeah, but you're going to be at a hindrance because, he doesn't like you.
Okay.
He is not friendly. But you can go ahead and make a persuade roll.
What would that be, cunning?
That would be present.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's 12. So I feel like I'm like if there's a way I can persuade.
I swear to God, if this becomes his next character's romance, I swear to God, dude. Her next love interest is this guy.
I mean, it's not impossible. So, what you got a 12?
Yes.
He needs to make a sense motive check to try to resist that. So he does not know sense motive. So
What a meet you know?
oh my God, you got a 9. All right. Well, you got a 12 with the with his presence modifier. So the tie goes to the player. So you do manage to bring him a little bit closer to friendly.
Well, I didn't recognize your game.
He says, "All right. Since you asked so nicely and you seem to be very passionate about this issue, I will entertain your questions for the moment."
So what is your plan then?
We intend to return the monarchies and the realms of Pugmire into their ideal state.
Ideal state.
Which is what?
He smirks. obvious. It's war. This is the final puzzle piece for you, Bones. Is you've had like this conspiracy on the tip of your tongue for some time.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that the conspiracy is a group called the Consistory. The Consistory,
How'd you spell that?
CONSISTORY.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
The Consistory is a heretical belief. They're a cult that believes that the old ones were actually destroyed by cats and dogs. That they were sort of evil overlords, and the cats and the dogs rose up and slayed them. And they think that the reverence that the monarchies hold for the old ones is blasphemous. And they think that the worship that the dogs of Pugmire have for the old ones is flat out dangerous. It's akin to Satan worship as far as they're concerned.
Mm.
So the conspiracy has always maintained that in order to punish them for their transgressions and to ensure a proper peace and future for cats and dogs, that the monarchies and the realms need to be destroyed and a new government raised up in their absence.
Mm.
Well, that's actually kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of agree.
I think we got off on the wrong foot here. I think we're all on the same side here, actually.
Actually, yes.
I mean, is that what you're saying to him?
That's
Yeah.
totally in character.
He says, "Oh, really?
Kind of.
Well, in that case,
I hate monarchies. I'm an anarchist. I don't want that at all.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm an anarchist and a communist.
well, that being the case, then if you'll untie me, I'll tell you all about what we're going to do. Perhaps you can even help us."
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Yeah,
I gotta
immediately untie him.
Yeah. Sorry about all that. Hey, have some food. I give him food and stuff like that. Like, sorry, I didn't know you were a leftist.
He says, "Well, we have to punish the heretics and make sure that our new society is, built on the glory that are the uplifted, the dogs and the cats. To this end, we've sent multiple assassins throughout Pugmire and the monarchies, who will be activated very soon."
Oh, that's cool. I mean, man, we should have asked more questions. I'm not a fan of monarchies at all. How can we get involved?
I mean, we were just kind of, my understanding is that we were just sent to kind of find out what's happening.
Yeah, we know,
Yeah.
and now we're like, fuck that.
Yeah. No, we know what's happening. We could still make that money and be like, hey, so this is what's happening. We're on their side now.
He says, "Well, I mean, so this is kind of embarrassing. You're a group of cats mostly that have come from the monarchies. Is that true? Did you come here from Kalian to investigate?"
Where do is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is kind of embarrassing. I didn't realize it was you, but some steps have been made to frame you for killing a diplomat.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, Okay. Well, our bad. I didn't realize that you were down for the cause.
Frankly, though, well, like now that we know what's going on here, well, like fuck it, you know.
Well, in that case, if you'd like to come in, please, right this way.
So have we just derailed your whole game, Travis?
Hey, it's up to you. Do what you got to do.
Is the general consensus like in lore, like is general like consensus like the monarchy is like good? Like do people like?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got their problems with their local government, but also being like an absolute anarchist is not unheard of. Um, you know, Mutt Town is an entire town that's based on the idea of like, fuck the kingdom, basically. Like we're gonna go make our own shit. So I mean, that's not how you feel about them is ultimately up to you. Most cats are fairly loyal to the monarchies, but
I mean, I feel like
you're also not a
the
cat, so like you might extra not give a fuck.
yeah. The only person that I'm worried about is Rouge because they're like the higher up in the hierarchy. Like, how do you feel about this, Rouge? You've been really quiet this whole time.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said, whatevs. I make whatever work.
I can't because I'm like Rachel's like, did we just derail your game, Travis? Because of course we fucked it.
You gonna be okay, Melina?
I can't breathe.
We broke Milena.
So yeah, he invites you all inside. He's like, "Yeah, come on in." And
The sorry, bro, I didn't know you were a leftist is what broke me.
yeah, he invites you
Oh,
inside.
that's so accurate. It's like just leftist infighting also
It
though.
really
So
is, yeah.
Everyone just arguing over who is more left than the other one.
Right. He leads you inside. You see that there are the fresh remains of a dog tied to like a pole in the middle of this room. You can see like 3 of the zombies that got animated are kind of chewing on what remains of that dog. And there's a handful of dogs still remaining behind, and one other mancer.
I'm so good though. The man's a cat, right? So it's not like
Mhm.
necessarily like racism. It's just like fuck the monarchy, basically.
Right.
Whoever's
Yeah.
down with the cause is cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. Fuck it.
You fucking sorry, Travis.
No, you're fine. They started introducing you around, basically saying that the mancers, the one mancer that's left here, he's supposed to control the zombies that are here that were taking care of a traitor who they felt was probably leaking secrets to the kingdom. They point at the corpse that's tied to a post. They say the other mancers that we left behind have already taken off with the remaining zombies to go handle their targets. This is where our staging ground here in Houndton is. And then we have another staging ground over in Kalian, which is where Sandy was headed.
All right. Well, so how can we get involved?
Yeah, how can we help?
Probably can't go back to that town anymore because now, like, they think we're the murderers, but now we might actually start doing some of the murders.
Yeah. He says, well, I mean, how do you feel about assassinations?
Bro.
So Lucy doesn't say anything, just does like the cat flex of like claws out, claws in, claws out, claws in.
I don't know if you know, but I wrote All for Revenge. That's
Well, it's one thing to write things; it's another thing to stab somebody in the name of La Revolution. But hey, if you're for it, then let's do it. We need to. Here's the key, though. We need to make sure that we're doing this in a way that's not drawing attention to our actual selves, because we want to be able to step into power when this is all said and done. But if you would be willing to take down the Lord Regent of Houndton, that would be a great boon for our cause.
now the Lord Regent, as far as importance, how's that rank? Is that like the mayor? Is that like the alderman? What is
Yeah,
that?
they'd be like the mayor of the city.
Oh, okay. So probably like a little hard, but he doesn't have like Secret Service. Probably got like normal guards, right?
He's kind of a recluse. Nobody's actually seen him in probably a paw full of years. Um, but he, as far as we know, tends to stay close to his manor. Tends to not wander about too much. It would really be a matter of getting inside the house, getting access to him, and ending his life without drawing too much attention to yourselves. Um, and then we
Yeah.
could frame it on monarchy loyalists, perhaps. Oh, perhaps leaving like a scrap of evidence that indicates that House Korat was involved.
Is there any like floor plans or just like general like ideas of like his manor so we can like know like layout ins and outs and stuff like that?
Um, that's a good question. I don't know if anyone actually has those plans.
Dude, I'm so glad we didn't kill you.
Likewise, I'm pretty glad you didn't kill me too. In fact, I'm a huge fan of not being killed. My goal is to get through all this without dying. So I think we have worked out fairly well with that. My name's Hans, by the way.
But
Buddy, it's nice to meet you. And you? He looks at Bones.
Bones. My name's Bones because I like bones.
I never would have guessed that, and I wouldn't have made that
I have
connection.
my big jaw on my shoulder.
I never would have made that connection. Well, it is great to meet you both. Meet you all. Yes, if you want to try, I mean, you could try to. I don't know who would have records about the actual layout of the house. As far as I know, it's been
architect of
standing
the map,
since.
we can maybe like find the architect and get the plans from him.
As far as I know, that house has been standing since before Houndton was a town.
Mhm.
It's the big castle that overlooks the entirety of the area.
Okay, so it is like a big castle at least. Okay, so it's a little dungeon crawl. Mhm.
There are rumors that the Lord has odd tastes, strange predilections. Some of those rumors have indicated that there are secret passages and hidden torture chambers in his home, but I think that that's all probably rumor.
Well, what's any leads? Who should we be talking to or tailing to find out how to best get in there?
Well, I would recommend maybe trying to either A, just break in, or B, pose as some sort of people with legitimate business.
It's not a bad idea actually. We can spitball some ideas, brainstorm.
Sure. If you need lodging, we can provide it. We have several safe houses scattered throughout town.
That will be needed because I am fresh out of coin, so can't afford it in tonight.
Yeah, I'm also out of coin for no
Me
particular
too.
reason.
I could use some money for ammo.
He says, "Well, hang on," and he turns to one of the zombies and like hisses at it, and the zombie goes over and like starts rifling through the pockets of the freshly mutilated corpse. And walks over with a coin purse that has a few coins in it.
I like this guy.
And Han says, "I can show you to a safe house, get you a chance to get cleaned up, and then you can start working on your plans for how you're going to get into Lord Transylvania Hound's castle."
All right, thank you very much.
Thank
sure.
you. Yeah.
Uh,
Can I sneak a boat off of the corpse?
sure, you can try. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Your difficulty on this is going to be 13.
I got a 4.
All right, you get a bone. It's not very sneaky.
I didn't mean to be sneaky. I just wanted to go get a bone from the
Oh, in
corpse.
that case, then yes, you absolutely just you break a rib off, and you're good to go.
Hopefully something that the zombies already cleaned up and set to the side. I'm just like, shoot, pick.
Precisely that, yes. You collect your bones and make your way to the safe house. You're set up in a little one-story, looks like kind of like a starter home almost. The furnishings are very Spartan. There's only 2 mattresses on the floor and one sort of couch to sit on. But it's dry, it's off the street, and somewhat secluded. You are able to rest if you so choose.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the couch.
I will not clean up.
Very good.
Just to annoy Lucy.
Is there anything that you would like to do, like to go procure, or any plans you would like to make? Or are you planning on just trying to go break into this castle?
I can take a quick little timeout. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break.
Sure, yeah. Step away. Go ahead.
I feel like it would be smart for us as players to go back to the Pomeranian dude and ask if he has any notice of this castle, if he has anything on it. Because what you said, he is a purveyor of unusual and strange knowledge.
Is that thing?
So maybe he would have something.
I mean, could be worth a shot. Worst he can say is no.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go by yourself, or are you going to see if others are going to go with you? Is anybody...
I probably should go with Buddy because he's Buddy's friend and he doesn't really know me other than he sold me a big jaw.
Yeah, Lucy's inclination is to do some recon.
Okay.
Just scope out the castle or the manor house and like get a sense for who's coming in, who's coming out, what's the general layout, any like an out of the way servants entrance or like a stream providing water or a cistern, stuff like that.
Sure. Do you want to do that while Bones is shopping?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell the group this is my plan. If they're like, no, we need your help with this, then I can do that too. But otherwise, yeah, we can do it at the same time. Be like, Bones, grab me some bullets.
Bullets?
Yeah, like these.
Okay. Grab bullets. I'm writing on my hand. 4, Lucy. Okay.
All right. I'm back.
Wonderful.
I take Buddy by the
Do-
hand and I was like, we're going to go talk to the Pomeranian dude.
I have to know this now. Do Pugmire cats have toe beans?
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Yay.
So it would be written right here.
So, what is Rouge going to do? Well, were you going to go with them to talk to the shopkeep? Were you going to go with Lucy to do recon, or was there somewhere else you would like to check out?
I think I'm gonna go somewhere and just kind of eavesdrop around, and if something comes up that's like that I can poke at, just kind of go to like a tavern or something.
Sure. Okay. Well, in that case, let's kick it off. First, with your recon, with you're doing kind of just some basic carousing, right? Are you relying more on like throwing coin around and buying people drinks, or are you just relying more on sort of slinking about in the background and overhearing what you can overhear?
I'll start with overhearing.
Okay. Excellent. In that case, let's go ahead and give you a notice using cunning. Or sense motive using presence, whichever you prefer.
I'm gonna use notice. 8. Not great, but here we are.
Not great. Yeah, you don't. Nothing like leaps out at you as like, oh, that's particularly germane or interesting or whatnot. It seems like there's a lot of stuff people are talking about, but none of it seems to be particularly of interest or import. A lot of the local gossip seems to be centered around an increase in taxation by the Lord Mayor to try to tax more goods that have come in from Waterdog Port. A lot of people think it's a response to or a extension of the increased tensions between the monarchies and the realms. That's about all you're able to get in terms of just straight eavesdropping.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't think I want to start asking around and spending money and stuff. I don't really.
Right on. Apart from that, Lucy, you're like doing like actual like going to the physical place recon, right?
Yeah, trying to stay like unobtrusive.
Okay. Um,
Oh, no, I know what I'm gonna do. Um uh I'm gonna get like is it possible to get like a map of the city or like a guidebook of some sort?
sure. You can probably get a guidebook. It's probably going to run you, I would say, a few coins. You can get a guidebook for a few coins.
Okay. Did we get any coins off that one guy? Because otherwise I have no money.
The
Yeah, we did.
corpse had a few coins on it.
Okay, so I would be back to no coins.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. We can rob this guy's house while we kill him. Um,
That's the spirit.
uh, So I'm gonna rumple my clothes a little bit, which is very difficult because my weakness is I don't like being dirty and unkempt. Um, and just sort of like wander, like look at the guidebook, look up, look at the sun, look back at the guidebook, and like wander the streets while subtly doing recon. So if anyone's like, why do you keep walking around the block? I'm like, I'm a tourist and I'm lost. Please help.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and make a let's do two things. Let's do a notice check and let's do a bluff check.
Okay. Notice is cunning.
Correct. And bluff is presence.
All right, that's a 14 for the notice
Nice.
and a 17 for the bluff.
All right. Well, people certainly don't seem to uh, doubt that you're a tourist. That doesn't seem to present any problems whatsoever for you. People are buying your story just fine. Um, in terms of things that you spot, as near as you can tell, the castle itself is built on a plateau, not particularly large. The grounds probably extend anywhere from 10 to 30 feet away from the exterior wall of the castle. The plateau itself, about 40 feet above the ground layer. There is one path that leads up or down.
Okay. And I imagine it's pretty well watched and guarded.
Doesn't seem to be. There doesn't seem
Oh,
to be
that
any
means.
personnel stationed there. At the bottom side of it is a wrought iron gate.
Mhm.
On the bars of that wrought iron gate are a series of bats. But there doesn't seem to be a guard regularly stationed there. And the gates themselves are just latched with a hook eye latch. There's no actual like lock on the gates.
When you
Oh,
say
I don't
bat,
trust it.
like bats like in our world or bats like in this world where they're like also like anthropomorphized.
Uh, as far as you know, there are no anthropomorphized bats.
Okay. Just cats and dogs. Okay.
Cats, dogs, badgers, rodents, but not bats.
Okay.
And
Bats are just
as
sky
as Val
rats.
Kilmer once said, bats are rodents,
That's what I just said.
doctor. But yeah.
All right. Well, so my immediate assumption is that the gate is somehow warded
Okay.
or like monitored. Um, so I'm gonna go back and suggest we get some climbing gear
All right.
and like go up the back of the plateau might be uh unless we can come up with a good reason why we want to be knocking on the front door and being like, please let us in, stab stab. Um,
All right.
That'd be hilarious though.
Whilst you're doing that, of course, the rest of our group, Buddy and Bones, make your way back to Alistair's. And what were you going to try to get from Alistair?
If he has any information on the architecture of the castle.
Um, he says, actually, it's funny you mention that. I do not. In fact, uh, that castle predates Houndton by decades.
Huh.
What
Yes.
was
What do you suppose that means?
Well, from a practical perspective, it means that the building was built so long ago that none of us have any real access to information about it.
Hmm.
Did you have a question, buddy? I'm sorry.
I was gonna. Mm. What is what's the mayor's name? What's the title and name again?
It was Lord Transylvania.
Oh, Transylvania. Do we know what's what information do we have on like his things that he likes, doesn't like, interests? Does he have any particular interests that's like common knowledge?
He's a very reclusive man. There have been rumors swirling about for years about his strange appetites and bizarre predilections, but it's mostly, I think, just simple folk frightened of a powerful man.
Hmm.
There are rumors that say that he periodically stalks the night, that he searches throughout Houndton for a woman that reminds him of his lost love.
Now we're getting somewhere.
And
Is it gonna be me? Just kidding.
and some say that he feeds upon the living.
Hmm.
But that's all.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say, based on this character's name, that's true.
So that's
Wouldn't be
all,
very
of course.
wouldn't be very fun if it wasn't.
It's all, of course, silly rumor and conjecture. I don't believe for a moment that he is some sort of unseen, undead creature.
Is there
Just like
oh my God. Uh does Bones have disguise self? I do, just in case he doesn't.
uh would that be a spell?
That would be a
Yeah.
spell.
Nope.
Okay, I do. It's fine. I'll be bait.
Oh no. I can't with you. Also, do you have any coins, buddy?
No, I have no coins. I spent
have
it all
no
on you guys.
But we need to get some bullets for Lucy. um,
I mean, I do have 2 boxes, so it's not the end of the world if you don't get them.
how bad would it be if I like tried to steal?
No, no, no. Don't steal
No,
from my
don't do
friend.
it. Fine, I put it back.
He's a small business. We steal from corporations. We don't steal from friends and small businesses.
Robin Hood, yes.
Precisely. Well, that being said, then, since you've gathered that information, I think that's where we're going to wrap things up for this session.
That's fair.
Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about how today went?
Next session cuts a buddy like disguise self as a sexy little like dog. Just
Oh, you got the little poodle puffs.
Yes, like
yeah.
a really, really hot poodle.
I'm
Showing leg.
imagining like Looney Tunes when Bugs Bunny
Oh,
dresses like
literally.
women.
No,
And he like
exactly that.
and he does the little leg thing.
Literally that though.
He's gonna be- Also, I'm sorry, Trav.
Oh, don't be. No, this is great. I love it. So
I
you all.
love how today went.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. It was a good time. If you don't mind, if everybody doesn't mind hanging out for just a couple more minutes, you all do gain another advancement.
Yay!
So your level goes up. You're now 4th level.
Hell yeah.
So you all gain a stamina die. Gain the stamina points per level in your calling, plus or minus your vitality modifier.
Wait, so I'm sorry.
Do
You said
what?
stamina die. What else?
So stamina die, and then you gain a number of stamina points equal to your stamina die, plus or minus your vitality modifier.
Oh.
If you are a spellcaster, you gain 2 additional spell points plus or minus your vitality modifier.
spell points or spell slots?
Spell points. Yep.
I get +2.
Plus or minus your vitality modifier. Yeah.
I have 0 vitality, so.
Yep. So +2. And then everyone, regardless of whether you're a spellcaster or not, your experience bonus goes up by 1.
Yay.
Awesome.
And then if you are a spellcaster, you get 2 more spells within the magnitudes that you know. Now, you can choose, everybody gets to choose an improvement, meaning you can take a new aptitude, calling, or upbringing trick, which means if you want to increase the magnitude of your spell casting, you can do that as well, spellcasters. You can do that before you take your 2 new spells. Alternatively, you can refine one of your existing tricks or relics, which is really what you're doing when you're taking a higher magnitude, is you're refining the
Mm-hmm.
focus magic or mancy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have anything in mind for your advancement for Rouge?
I don't have anything that could advance. It's just the regular stuff.
Oh, I think you could. I think there's an additional advancement for martial arts. Let me check. You did take martial arts, right?
Yeah.
Let me see real quick. Yeah, if you wanted to refine it, any allies, you can. Oh, you can choose one of the following. Any allies within 30 feet of you also gain the benefits of your martial arts, as long as they're not armed, or as long as they're not wearing armor, I should say. Alternatively, you can increase your damage to 1d10 with your unarmed and melee attacks. Or if a supplemental action attack, because you've got the extra attack, if that attack is a success or triumph, you can attack a 3rd time using your reflexive action. Or you can add additional die type or additional damage type to your martial arts. So you could have your martial arts count as blunt, but also arcane, or also corrosive, or also electrical, or also sonic. Any of those sound cool to you?
Well, maybe corrosive.
That could be cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, add that under your martial arts that damages corrosive also. Additionally. How about for Lucy?
I was gonna look through the advancements.
Right. If you
Um,
want to take your time with it, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on advances for Buddy or Bones, or do you want some time to look through your stuff?
I'm gonna take a higher magnitude.
Okay. Then grab some spells.
Yeah, I'm taking disrupt spell and ice storm.
Nice. Good call. And how about for Bones?
I don't have access to my book right now,
Okay.
but I know I had an idea for where I was going because that's why I got Vampiric Touch. So I know that there's like a direction that I want to go.
Okay.
I just don't remember what it's
I'll just
called.
look it up between now and next session. And speaking of
Perfect.
next session, I know that it 'tis the season for schedules to be funky, tra la 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 la. So we are looking at our next session would be on the 1st. What are folks' thoughts on meeting
I'll be in
on
town.
New Year's Day?
I'm gonna be out of town in Florida, and it's gonna be like the first time I see my brother in a really long time.
Okay.
So yeah, I would rather skip that day if that's okay.
Sure. So are we good then to meet on the 15th of January?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be fine.
Is that good for everybody? All right, rock and roll. Well, in that case, everybody have a safe and happy New Year. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Remember that you can pick up Realms of Pugmire right now over at Drive Through RPG in PDF and POD. It's out, it's up, it's a beautiful book. And of course, Threats and Curs is also available. That's us. We will catch you next year. I've been Travis, pronouns he, they. When I'm not running games, I'm writing them. You can find me here, or you can find me over at Plastic Age Productions. You can find me all over the universe, all over the interwebs as Travis Legge. Milena, your pertinence, please.
Again, my name is Milena. I'm she, they. I'm playing Bones. Um, when I'm not playing, I'm moving my body and teaching people to move their bodies in ways that makes them feel good, and drawing and doing things for fun. If you want to find me, my art is Milena Deneno, and if you want to find my movement page, is Milena_Untamed, and you can book classes with me if you live in the Chicagoland area.
Rock and roll. Rachel, your pertinence, please.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I'm still on fires pretty much everywhere. I've got my own channel on Twitch. We have been a little low on content, but I plan to get that ramped up in the new year. So I'm excited about that.
Rock and roll. Awesome, awesome. Please go over and give Rachel a follow. I've thrown the link to that in the chat. And how about you, Sarah?
I am Sarah Scharneber, she, her. I played Rouge, she, her. I do things all over the internet in all kinds of weird places, but it's Wordsmith Sarah everywhere. I'm on Twitch and YouTube pretty regularly.
Dope. And last but never least, Mike, your pertinence, please.
Hey guys, I'm Mike Mutant. It's playing Buddy. Both of us, he, him. Both of us, communists, but only he's an anarchist. I don't jive with that. But in real life, I'm a comic artist. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Mike Mutant, and yeah.
All right, rock and roll. Well, everybody take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you again next year. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.